Well, again, I'm Tom Brenneke, and thank you very much for being here. I am the President and Chief Executive Officer of Guardian Management, LLC. We're a 35-year-old real estate investment and management company based in Portland, Oregon. Our company operates over 150 properties in 6 states. We have over 350 investors and over 400 employees. I am also the ownership representative for the Broken Top Golf Club. And again, thank you for inviting me here today. I had wished the PowerPoint presentation would work, although I need to assure you I did not bring pretty pictures of buildings and developments today. So you're not disappointed. I have those with me today. As you have heard, our golf club faces some significant challenges. Rumors have been rampant for years, and they are true. This club faces some significant obstacles and challenges to its future, mostly financial. We believe, both as owners and members of the club, that the homeowners have an interest in a golf club that is healthy and financially sustainable in the long run. Thus, that is why I am here today, to inform you of our circumstances. What I'll do today is really share a solution, and it's a development vision, a solution we have. We think it's a good solution to the challenges facing the Broken Top Golf Club and community today. As owners, we're inviting you to participate in the process. It's important to us and necessary for you to participate. Again, I didn't bring pretty pictures of development buildings, of development process or buildings. It's premature for that. We really have member issues to work through. We're early in the process, and we recognize that and wish you do as well. Those details and those pictures, though, will come out of a process that'll occur over the next few weeks. And again, we're inviting you as homeowners to be involved. My agenda today will be to first introduce ownership formally. I want to outline the Broken Top history for a few minutes, provide an overview of the current situation at Broken Top, and identifying the circumstances that will affect this club and the community in the years to come. And again, finally, I will introduce a potential solution to the problem. Again, my name's Tom Brenneke. I am the manager of the ownership entity. My entity is Broken Top Management, LLC. I am investing in the project and have joined the ownership group. My role, responsible for managing the fiscal health of the investment and for finding a long-term, comprehensive, viable solution to ensure this investment is protected. And finally, my role is to build a team. Build a team that will create a solution, a long-term solution to the problem. One of the first orders of business for this ownership was to hire a professional manager. The club had been managed by developer, owners, miscellaneous people over the years. We believe, given the current circumstances facing the club, we needed the best manager we could hire. We brought in Troon Management, and the reasons we brought in a manager, it's a highly sophisticated industry, very complex, lots of competition. Professional management makes great sense in the long run. Financial benefits far outweigh the costs. It assures a high-quality operation, strong fiscal administration, and an excellent member experience overall. Further, it protects the club and the community surrounding it. Troon Golf Management Company is the largest golf course manager in the United States. They have an excellent reputation for customer service and delivering an excellent golf experience. A little bit about the history. There's a lot in the history, as we all know, who have been here for years. A problem occurred in the history years ago. It was a fatal flaw, in our opinion, and that flaw was lot memberships were disconnected from lot sales were disconnected from membership sales. Lot sales disconnected from memberships. Common in golf clubs today and in new communities is to tie those together, thus ensuring that the club has enough membership to sustain a healthy operation. That was disconnected years ago. This club has never reached full club. Last year, the club members and prior owner put in place a convertible equity membership as a solution to the problem. We don't believe it was a solution. And the reason we don't believe in a solution are many. We believe actually it's really translated into a short-term capital assessment, and it really has no long-term success potential. And I'll outline the reasons why in a moment. The current ownership has been in place since January 2007. This ownership purchased the golf club with a sincere interest in creating a solution for the long run for the club. We identified a solution that we felt was better than the CEM, the convertible equity membership, and are proposing that to our members as we speak. Our current situation is this. The club's not financially viable. We sustained a loss in 2006 of $1.3 million. That does not include capital reserves. Troon advises capital reserves should be approximately $300,000 to $500,000 per year. $1.3 million operating loss occurred last year. Since July 2006, we've had 42 golf member resignations. We have 28 on the waiting list to leave. Regardless of whether this club is owned by members or an investor, the club must become financially viable. The club's facing a number of challenges. The obvious one, the financial. Substantial operating net loss each year. 2007 expected to lose approximately $1.3 million again on the operations. Again, it does not include a capital reserve, which we would estimate at somewhere between $300,000 and $500,000 per year. The CEM program, we believe, is an incomplete and an inadequate solution for the long run. It doesn't address operating losses or capital reserves. Thus, there's no motivation for any ownership or investor to continue to fund this club. The current operating model is sustainable. Our solution is a development vision, and I want to bring that to you today. Our vision includes a vibrant, high-quality, family-friendly community. A sustainable model that protects community privacy and value for the long term. It will feature a state-of-the-art wellness and community center, a 5-star boutique hotel that anchors the community, along with some condo residences. I used an example, as I used a few days ago with the members, an example of the Four Seasons Whistler in Canada. Mountain-type community, similar to what we're visioning. Again, a wellness center, a community center for all members to enjoy. State-of-the-art facilities, full-service athletic facilities, spa, indoor and outdoor pools for members and homeowners. A children's space for activities. No mandatory fees, optional. Optional fees to become a member of the Wellness Center and the Community Center. Let's talk about hotel for a moment. What does that mean? We see the hotel as the center of development. We see a 5-star brand and an operator, which ensures the quality of the development for the long run. A 5-star brand today, and their name and their money on development is here for the long run, will ensure success, in our opinion. We believe a 5-star brand by industry statistics would increase property values in the homeowners group of 10 to 30%. Again, name and brand, key to success. Four Seasons Whistler, Ritz-Carlton, Bachelor Gulch, very similar mountain-type communities that have been developed. Important to understand the hotel concept. This is not a convention hotel. This is not a Marriott. Important in the vision, all new 5-star golf facilities. New clubhouse, new locker rooms. The only important picture today, and I'm going to send this out afterwards, was the development area. And to describe it, and some of the concerns would be the impact that this development has. Our plan for the development area would be the existing clubhouse facility, the parking lots, the tennis courts, and the existing adjacent pool facility. It's about 12 acres. Some of the features of the development: high quality design and architecture, a given. Underground parking, important. We intend to keep the lake. An important part of the community is the lake. The lake stays. We see no changes to the existing golf course, only improvements. And our intent is to focus on environmentally sustainable and sensitive development. Two of the brands we're speaking to today have new brands that have just been introduced that focus exclusively on environmentally sustainable development. We intend to protect the privacy of the homeowners. Our goal, major goal, protect the privacy and security of Broken Top through improvement of the access, an improvement to the main Simpson thoroughfare, including traffic circles, moving the guardhouse to the Simpson side. We see no access to the new development inside the gate. Keep in mind, this product type is vacation, second home, and a hotel function. Means less traffic, much less traffic than primary residence. Our member benefits, and we believe homeowner benefits as well. Again, 5-star, high-quality boutique brand. It ensures long-term quality and value. World-class amenities. Amenities Bend does not have today. It provides long-term financial stability to the club. And we believe a healthy club is in the mutual best interest of the Homeowners Association and the club members. The operating losses for the club would be covered through the development period. Our members are happy about that. Finally, there's an incentive for an investor, a true incentive that's a win-win for everybody to subsidize the operation during this process of planning and redevelopment. And obviously, the intent is to improve the member base. This is not a full club. It's 100 members short. It's spent 15 years trying to get to a full club level and has not been able to do that. We believe this concept would increase the membership and bring financial viability. The process we're working through today, currently with our members, we're forming, and we have formed, a volunteer development advisory group. We invite you to participate as homeowners in the process as well. Our goal over the next 30 days is to create an acceptable development agreement, really a set of rules that we can bring to our members first, and then you next, to determine whether a development is going to be feasible. You help us design the buildings. You help us design the buildings. We're going to guide our members and our homeowners through the process. We know what it takes to attract a 5-star developer and an owner and operator in this community. everything is subject to home approval and member approval. We have a current program in place. Our convertible equity membership stands. It's being honored by this ownership. Our intent is to honor this. We are honoring this. We're merely offering an alternative solution, attempting to highlight the defects in the CEM program. They're significant. So we expect to work the process over the next few weeks to 30 days with our members and homeowners to review, bring ideas, bring input, help us get an agreement together, something we can all live with, be proud of, that'll enhance our community. After that, after we can get a consensus within our membership through a binding vote, we would intend to bring that to you all for a final vote before we move forward.
Trouble reading them, I'll skip them. First question. Earlier this week, the men bullet you, quote, it's critical that we arrive at a mutually agreeable solution in a timely way in order to prevent the threat of bankruptcy, end quote. Is the trust willing to sell today the club for what you pay plus cost of improvements and operating losses to date?
Can you see the question, please? Thank you. The trust is certainly willing to talk formally with any potential buyer if they're interested in talking. To this date, we haven't approached formally by anybody, but would certainly be willing to talk with them. And I'm really not inclined to come to numbers at this point, but certainly open to talk.
Next question. Is your investment interest on the Weston note being charged to the club as an expense? If so, why?
The interest is being charged to the club as an expense of the club, and the note is held by Mr. Weston and it's attached to the club. Yes, it is.
Is it true that for your development to go forward, following items and conditions that must be in place? 1, the CEM agreements and lawsuits must be terminated. 2, the BTCA membership will be participators with dues payments to the new development by all property owners. 3, the BTCA membership must agree not to contest the development plans by the development group.
It's a good question. Thank you, whoever asked that. It's important to understand we're offering a solution to an existing ownership structure. The CEM plan is in place. It's on the path. The CEMs are on the path to ownership. We're simply trying to highlight that path and help them understand what it looks like. The CEM agreements would need to be terminated by a vote of the CEMs. The lawsuit would certainly need to end. The lawsuit is it's not understanding the purpose of the lawsuit at this point, but the CEM agreements would need to be terminated as well as the lawsuit ended. No development go forward to that. We're not force feeding anything on anybody here. We're simply offering a solution. If the CEM members and the members of that club, of this club, do not want to consider anything, do not want to consider a development solution, that's fine. They recently voted 74 to 41 that they did want to pursue a path for the next 30 days to at least look at that as an option before we had a final binding vote. The homeowners association needs to be on board as well. So again, no force feeding at all.
Next question, I'm going to paraphrase parts of this. Any physical modification of the Broken Top Country Club require changes to the master plan? Are there any contingencies that are needed for fulfillment to complete a binding sale and transfer of ownership? In other words, are there any unsatisfied contingencies in the purchase agreement that the purchasing group has entered into?
You're asking me legal questions, and I'm not really able to comment. Our counsel's not here right now.
Folks, a lot of these I know are going to fall into that category, specific legal questions. I'm going to save you all time and not read them.
Thank you.
This is a two-part question. How much of the $3 million that was received from CEM deposits remains, and do you agree that none of that money can be used to cover operating losses?
There was a mailing that went out yesterday, first-class mail to all club members that had a full accounting of the $3 million and all the capital expenditures that had been made to date in 06 and 07. So you'll have that within a day or two if you're a club member. What was the other part of the question? Sorry.
Do you agree that none of the money can be used to cover operating losses?
The money is not intended to cover operating losses, but unfortunately we are pondering a dues increase. We don't have a choice because we do have operating losses.
No, the question was, do you agree that none of the money can be used to cover operating losses?
You know, at this point, that's a legal question. I know we're not using those funds to do that. It was not intended for those funds at all to be used for operating losses. They were supposed to be used for capital improvements. And again, you'll see that we have spent nearly $1 million in capital improvements with additional capital improvements already authorized, as I spoke about the other night with the golf club members.
When will you provide substance in the form of drawings and facts? And I assume that this is relative to at least a preliminary plan of the proposed development.
We really, again, are in the beginning of a process. We need member input. First of all, we have membership issues before we can even get to first base here. We have had a survey complete in the last couple of days. Our members voted 74 to 41 to at least spend the next 30 days giving input, talking about things like scale, size, so forth, of the community to determine whether or not it could be acceptable to them. So we're really just getting involved in that process now. And again, invite homeowners Wednesday at 5 p.m. at the clubhouse to join us for initial session. We do intend to narrow the group. We have 47 volunteers right now. We hope to narrow that group to at least half of that for the next few days. The first meeting, we'd invite anybody interested in being a part of the process.
This next question contains the recitation facts. Whether they're correct or not, I don't know, but I guess assume that they are for purposes of the question, and if they're not, you can correct them. You suggest that you want to build 400 condos and or condo hotel rooms on property that is part of the Broken Top Club. The completion and sale of the unit or profit could be substantial, say in the $40 million range. A plan change for you to do this development requires an amendment to the PUD under which Broken Top community was developed. A vote of at least 2/3 of the owners in Broken Top supporting your development would be required. What are you going to give to the homeowners in Broken Top community for their agreement to your proposal? When I say give, I mean by deeding over with no fees required in the future. The alternatives that are listed are the golf course, a community center, or recreational facilities, and I assume anything else would be listed.
But we do intend, thank you, to create a wellness center, which is a community center. Again, spa, service athletic facility, new playground, recreational facilities. Important to understand that, again, we're looking for a solution to a financial problem here too. This course, maintain course and quality condition, we believe is not only in the members' interest, but in the homeowners' interest as well. All of us want this club to be financially viable. We're prepared to enter the next 30 days process to discuss the proposed gives at this point, the wellness center, the new golf club and facility. We're going to talk. I'm not here at this point to talk about what deeding things over and those kinds of things. I have any sort of information on that right now at all.
And I'm sorry I can't read all of the writing on this one. Maybe this will be a common enough name that people, the question is, who does Lisa Dupere, known of an official capacity as well as she is who she says she is?
Let me introduce Lisa Dupere. Lisa Dupere is our Director of Affairs, and she is on the ownership payroll and will assist us as a liaison between ownership and management during the process. Lisa, thank you.
Why would you purchase a golf course with such an operating loss? And I guess as a follow-up question, how many visitors per year? I don't know how many visitors per year does it take to make it break even, or how many are there now?
Very good question. Why would we purchase a club that is losing money? We were fully aware of what we were preparing. We did our due diligence. We were not allowed to speak in numbers, incidentally. We did our due diligence before we bought the club. We watched the CEM program as it unfolded and as it was in the final stages of putting it together. We knew it would not last. It may not have lasted a year or two, but it, in our opinion, is not going to last 10 years. We felt as owners that we provide a better solution to the CE program. Question, how many visitors per year? I guess I'm not sure what that means. This is a boutique hotel. This is a relatively small scale facility. This is not a Marriott convention center. This is not a hotel. We tend to limit times. Those things that can reduce the impact on membership. We reduce the number of memberships with the proper size and scale of the property as well. Our intent is to create a private and privacy feel respect to the homeowners and the community and the club members.
There's a lot of people still writing out there. If you have questions that you've thought of since we started, just hold them up and Jim or somebody collect them from you. Next one is the exception of developer profit. Could the advantage to the community become a resort?
That's a great question. I think the advantage is numerous. You put an alien golf club on for the first time since it's been constructed. You give a long-term solution to the problem that is not today. I believe every one of you that live around this golf course wants to see this golf course survive and be a viable entity and be healthy and sustainable and not depend on homeowners to keep it alive. We think that's a solution.
How many five-star boutique destination resorts has the company implemented or developed?
I have not done a five-star resort personally. I have partners and investors who are five-star resort developers and operators. We do not intend to be the developer of this. I don't have the tools to be the developer. I do develop. It's not my intent to do that. I am bringing in the best I can find, a five-star developer operator.
I'll ask the follow-up question because I know it'll come. Who are the partners and developers?
Who are partners and developer?
Yes.
We are not prepared to name names. We're actually talking to several brands, several five-star brands right now. You would know the names. They're national organizations. We need to bring them, one of them, to the process within the next few months. As soon as we can get our members to consent and decide if this is a path they want to choose. Do we have homeowner support? If we have both of those, we're prepared to introduce an operator, manager, and developer.
Can you provide a list of what you consider to be five-star hotels comparable to what you envision for Broken Top?
It's a great question. Thank you. Four Seasons Whistler comes to mind as a very good example. One of the development groups, one of the principal developers we're actually speaking with right now was the principal developer at the Four Seasons Whistler. The Ritz-Carlton in Bachelor Gulch would also be another typical five-star development. Those are two samples.
Are you connected with the group that is currently developing Mountain Gate?
I'm not aware of the Mountain Gate project. Yeah.
I'll read this one word for word. I would like to know if you can offer me a compelling reason why I, as a homeowner, would want to allow you, Mr. Brenneke, to develop something that would dramatically change the character of my neighborhood, where you could stand to make millions of dollars and I would get no benefit.
Gee, thank you. That's a good question. I understand that. Again, we're trying to save a golf club. We're trying to protect the neighborhood. We're trying to make certain that this golf club is on solid financial footing for the long run. It is not there today. Everybody in this room as a homeowner benefits from a healthy, viable club and course. We believe the development solution is the correct solution to be on to ensure that.
What is the current status of the CEM funds?
Can I see the context? Well, the current status of CEM funds is we've sent out a full accounting of the $3 million, which was the first 100 CEMs that came through. That is in the club member mailboxes. Should be the next day or two. Our intention is to use those funds for capital improvements, we actually are owed CEM funds currently by the CEM members, and that's pretty much all I'll comment on the CEM program at the moment, since this is not a member meeting.
What is your, I'm going to reword this a little bit. What is your intended course of action if you cannot develop the property according to your current plan?
Well, we have several options at this point, as we've talked about. We're losing over $100,000 a month. So as an organization, we really don't have a choice. We think it's a losing proposition, but we are forced to raise dues to subsidize those losses. As owners, we can't do that. We have offered, if we end up going down and we are successful with, and if the consensus is there, to choose a development solution, as owners, we will choose to subsidize those losses through the entitlement process and the development process.
You stated at a prior meeting that there would be only one tee time per hour. Could you explain how that is possible with the proposed hotel and 400 condo units?
Well, thank you. That's a good question. It's actually, I need to clarify. That is not one, I didn't guarantee one tee time. I actually spoke at the member meeting about the Troon system-wide statistics that talked about the percentage of play with per 100 rooms. And it was a very low percentage on a system-wide basis, and that was what that statistic was referring to. Play in hotels, contrary to what some may think, is actually on the low side. It was approximately 13% play for a 100-room hotel.
Of the current operating loss, how much consists of depreciation and management fees?
The operating loss does not include depreciation. Again, the members will receive in their mailboxes in the next day or two, they'll receive not only the 2007 operating budget, but the 2006 actual operations. What was the second question? I'm sorry.
Just how much of the loss?
Oh, the management fees. True management fees are approximately $120,000 a year. That is a bargain. They have actually cut us a deal for the first couple of years, given our circumstances, and that's how much they make up.
Does Troon allow members from other clubs it manages to play golf at Broken Top, or will it allow that in the future?
Well, Troon has a reciprocal membership, or reciprocal play. I think it's called the Advantage Program, and I'm not well versed in it, but I know it allows a Broken Top member to go to another Troon course and play on that course, and vice versa. And that's a benefit for the Troon that the Troon offers.
How do you intend to fill the membership quota at the golf club?
Well, we think one of our concerns actually is that this club couldn't manage to fill for 15 years at $20,000 per initiation. I'm not sure how it's going to get full at $55,000 first. So we're very concerned. We think that's one of the flaws in the CEM program. We would intend to fill the club. We think the best solution to fill the membership, to get to full membership, to get to the break-even level, which we think is 350 members, we're 100 members short, is to move forward with the development solution, which gives people a reason to want to get to the club and be a member.
current plan, will hotel guests have access to walking paths? How many rooms or guests per month are you expecting?
Well, again, as I said in my earlier comments, that it's not intended to have hotel access inside the gate. I don't know what protections are actually given today to walk on the public paths, but it is not our intention for hotel guests to be running around the Broken Top homeowners community. It's not our intention.
I know this question is out there, so I'll ask it. What steps will you take to see that Broken Top does not become the pathway for hotel guests?
Well, we're talking about making the primary entrance to the homeowners the Simpson entrance, moving the guardhouse over there. It's much more logical to move it there. It's a primary entrance anyway. Improving that entrance substantially from where it is today and using the hotel entrance where the current guardhouse is. And that's our proposal at this point. Again, this is all fleshed out over the next 30 days during planning sessions. Traffic is an important issue that we'll work out.
This next question, I think, may assume facts that aren't so. If that's the case, just tell me. What assurance is there that hotel profits and condo profits will subsidize club losses indefinitely?
That's a good question. You've got a five-star brand who makes a commitment to develop and create a club and a club facility and a wellness center. Their name, their reputation, they've spent billions of dollars on their brand. That should give assurance to everybody that this will be a viable, long-term, sustainable club.
If you build a hotel at Broken Top, will the one required as part of the Tethra plan be built?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you or your partner/investors involved financially in Tethro?
No.
Give me just a moment to go through these. I have intentionally skipped some that were of an intensely personal nature. What is the name of the trust that owns the LLC, owns the club? Properly put, I guess it would be, what is the name of the trust that is the member in the LLC that owns the club?
It's a common legal structure. I just have that information. I think it's right. I'm happy to give it to you as well. I'm happy to. I just don't have it with me. It is a family trust that owns the club today. There are several structures with it. I am the official management representative and the ownership representative, though, for the club. So.
That is all the questions, at least all the questions I've had that I'm going to ask. A good reason not asking the others. That will conclude the Brenneke presentation. We'll take about 5 minutes to allow the Brenneke group to leave, and then you can proceed with your membership meeting.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I appreciate it.